Hi, welcome back to Niame Anime. Please like, comment, or subscribe, or all three. Share all four, whatever. But if you like it, what I'm talking about, you watching these animes I'm talking about, engage. I love doing like the back and forth, getting different perspectives, really chopping it up with people. So if you like, I like this tea you serving. Give me another cup, please. Come on now. Come on now. Um, so boom, today we're gonna be talking about another anime. Literally, the title is another. I watched this anime back in October when I was trying to do my horror anime month. I realized that I didn't have a lot of horror animes to watch, but this one was still good. So boom, I'm gonna give you a brief synopsis. I'll tell you what I liked about it and what I did not like about it. Now, you have Suichi Sakakibara. If you see my other videos, disclaimer, my pronunciations of Japanese words, regular English words at this point too, it don't be hitting all the time. So I'm trying my best. Moving right along. You have a ninth grade boy named Suichi Sakakibara. He moves back to his mother's hometown. And I think he has like a collapsed lung. So first scene, he's in a hospital laying there from a collapsed lung. When he wakes up, he has visitors, and it's these students from this new class that he's going to be joining. I was like, that's really nice of them. They only have your name, they never met you, they're already visiting you in the hospital. So sweet. But they look like they have something to tell him, but you're not sure in that moment like what's going on. So I just take it like, okay, they're being a little odd, but really nice of them to come and visit him. Now, while he's in the hospital, he gets on the elevator, and that's when my first like jump scare happened, because one minute he's there and on the elevator by himself, that light flickering on and off like them creepy movies be doing. And the next minute, this girl is standing behind him with a whole eye patch, skin as white as rice. I'm looking for something white to point at. Wait, like that. Okay? Skin was white. And like dark hair, creepy. Okay? She scared me. Now, he sees the girl, he speaks to her, she gets off like on this like in the basement that looks all like dark and dingy with a doll in her hand, walking into this dark hallway, and you don't see her again. And he's not creeped out. I was like, good for you not being scared, but he's not creeped out. So fast forward, he joins his class and everyone's being super weird with him, and there's this old dingy desk by the window that's empty, and he doesn't sit in it. It's just this random desk. You fast forward, the girl walks in, no one's paying her attention, the teacher's not speaking to her, it's like she's invisible. So the whole time I'm like, oh shit, she's a ghost. She's a ghost. This is a ghost student. He saw her in the hospital. Like, did she die there? And he saw her spirit. Like, because clearly no one acknowledges who she is, pays her no, like, she's just there. Now, the class is clearly all in on some secret. The teacher, the teacher's aide, the students, they're hiding something from Suichi. And they tell him this story about years ago. There was a student named Mai Misaki. She was super popular. Everybody loved her. She was good at everything. And she suddenly passed away. The class was so devastated by this death that they ended up, one student like was just like, oh look, May's right there, pointed at the desk that she used to sit in, which is now that old dingy desk that stays empty in that classroom. And they all started acting like they could see her, and they're like, oh yeah, the teacher went along with it, everyone. But by doing this, they invited evil spirits into their class, and so the class is now cursed. Now every year, does it skip a year? No, I think it's every year. But if you watch it, you'll know that the students, even though the class changed, either the student or family members of that students will pass away in the most craziest way. It'd be car accidents, house setting on fires, shit be falling on them. Like, they be getting sliced, they be falling off. It'd be like the craziest. It's like a Japanese Final Destination. Now, side note, Final Destination, the one where they had the train station scene, and that train was ripping and rolling through the tunnels, came off the track, was hitting the walls in the station, slicing. Bruh, I was scared to take the train for a minute. Okay? Now, another is like a Japanese Final Destination. So whole class is cursed. Now, the only way that they cannot break the curse, but more so keep it from affecting their class, because it can skip the class if they follow a set of rules. So one is that one of the students there is dead. They don't know which one, because their memories get altered. So the class will come and they'll have one of them that has passed away, but you don't know who it is. It'll be a memory like, oh, I've known you since I was a child. The school records get altered. All sorts of weird things happen. So the whole time you're thinking all of these students are supposed to be here, but in reality, one of them is dead. The only way to break the curse, though, is to figure out who the dead person is, but they never do. And so they end up curse raging and rampant and just slaying everybody. The girl that he sees, Mei Misaki, her name is the same as the girl who had passed away all those years ago and that had kicked off this curse. So the class is actually ignoring her. She's not dead at all. So now Shuichi and Mei Misaki team up together to figure out who the dead person is so that they can be able to save their peers or their loved ones. Rules. You can't talk about the curse with anyone outside of the class. You have to choose someone in the class to ignore, whether they're dead or not. You just pick someone and ignore them and act like they're completely invisible, just so that you can balance out who is actually supposed to be there. That rule is weird, and like, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of dumb. I was like, that's kind of dumb. So I just pick a random person and say like they don't exist, and that keeps the curse at bay. Okay. That's another one of the rules. And also you cannot, how can I explain this? You can't talk to that person at all, because the moment you even acknowledge their existence, it's a wrap. You like trigger the curse and the people start dying one after another. All right. I don't want to give like too much, but they go through this whole thing of trying to figure out who the dead person is, who is dead. And it gets really crazy, because when the students like go off on a trip because they're trying to break the curse, it's been triggered. Bruh. they start slaying each other in the most craziest way, because it's like, because we can't figure out which one of us is not supposed to be here, then we all not gonna be here. Fuck it. Slaying you, like, that's it. I'm not even trying to figure it out. And then eventually at some point it's a numbers game. The less people I got, the more I figure out which one of us is the dead person. I'm telling you, it'd be from 0 to 1060. Boom. Things that I loved about this anime is that it was an actual horror anime. I watched another one thinking it was gonna be horror, like it was supposed to be. It was ghost stories. And first of all, the English dub, I'll talk about it in another video. They play too much all day, every day, and like, bro, why? But it wasn't horror. This one actually had moments of jump scares, had me trying to guess who is it. I was confused in a good way, where I became invested. Like, no, I need to know. And I kept trying to guess, and I love that every time I guessed and I thought that I got it right, I got it wrong. Side note, I love figuring out a plot of a movie as I watch it, and I'd be like, dang, I might as well be fucking watching. Let me be a writer. I should be fucking writing movies. But this one had me stumped. It had me stumped. And even at the end, I was surprised. And as they replay, you know, like they do like flashbacks to other episodes, and as they're revealing who the person is, I'm like, oh my goodness, the clues were there. If I only had paid more attention, I would have knew who that person was. But it for sure just had me stumped. Some things that I did not like, I feel like when it came to the end, it was a little rushed, and they could have took a little more time to kind of build out that story. And it wouldn't have been bad if they did go with the obvious, or if they did make it more like a tad bit more horrifying. Like, it's there, but it could have just turned it up just a little bit more. And that's the only thing that I did not like about it. But I love the story, love the jump scare moments, love that it kept me guessing and figuring out, or trying to figure out what I thought I knew. And every time that I thought I knew it, I ain't know shit. I ain't know. I really didn't. But another anime, I give it a 4.5. Yeah, a 4.5. Like, it had really just great elements, but it wasn't just quite there. And the creepy dollhouse, or doll museum, it was a doll museum. I don't know what it is about doll museums that just give me the heebie-jeebies. Like that, and photos of like old black and white photos of children in like post-war outfits. Ooh. I'd be like, I don't like that at all. But if you enjoyed this review, a quick review, it was so quick. I barely gave you anything. Go watch another. It's on Crunchyroll. But if you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and subscribe as usual. Thanks for watching.